Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you three selections for tomorrow's racing, where they'll be focusing on the third day of the Punchestown Festival. And before we get into that, I quickly just want to recap on how our selections performed today. In the end, it wasn't a bad day, as we had a winner at Pontefract with my next best. That was Kerr Gilly, who in the end was in a good position, wasn't too far off the pace, just tracking the leader. And in the end, he just had maybe a little bit more stamina up his sleeve than the rest of the field, and he was able to hold on. Advertised at 11 to 2. If you got that kind of price, you returned to the final SP of 5 to 1, you would have had a good day. The other selection that I put up for today's racing was Sealed and Edge. He was my nap. He was very well backed in the end, probably due to the fact that Willie Mullins had already had quite a few winners earlier on the card. In the end, I don't think he was maybe not necessarily given the best of rides. I'd like to have seen him jump a little bit more forward and maybe a little bit more prominently, but maybe that's just my pocket talking. But yeah, in the end, he just folded late on. He had every chance to go and pick up if he was good enough, but yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with him. Yeah, I just think maybe if he had been ridden a little bit more prominently, he was actually held up a little bit in the midfield today, which is unlike him. Normally, when he's been ridden in the past, he's been ridden more forward. So yeah, maybe that just went against him. But yeah, in the end, ultimately, just wasn't good enough. So yeah, on the whole, it wasn't a bad day, and fingers crossed we can have some winners for you for tomorrow's racing. And we're going to be going, like I say, to Punchestown for the first of my selections, which runs in the 4:15. My next best of the day is going to be in this race, and that is Exit Pole for Sean O'Keefe and Jessica Harrington. Currently available at 10 to 1 with Paddy Power and Betfair, who are paying that price with 4 places on offer. And I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. Now, this horse, Exit Pole, I think you just need to put a line for his latest run at Cheltenham when he was pulled up in the Grand Annual. That was in very testing ground when it rained there on the Wednesday, and it just would have not suited him at all. He's better on a dry surface. He's got a really good record on good ground, and he's going to like these conditions tomorrow, and they'll probably be up his street. And I'm hoping he's going to be ridden with a little bit of aggression tomorrow. You might think, oh, why is Robbie Power not riding this horse? But Sean Keefe has ridden this horse on quite a few occasions in his career, and he's got some good results out of him. So it doesn't bother me too much. Also, as well, if you go back through some of his earlier form, he wasn't disgraced when he finished third over the course and distance in a grade 3. He does have to carry top weight, but I think he's better than a lot of these. I don't think it's a particularly strong race. Jessica Harrington, some of her team have been running okay at Punchestown. She's had a winner, a few placed horses. I just thought this horse was a little bit overpriced, and at 10 to 1, I'm going to put him up as my next best of the day in the 4:15 at Punchestown. We then go to the long shot of the day at Punchestown in the 5:25. And I thought Gentlemansgame for Rachel Blackmore and Mouse Morris was a little bit overpriced here. Currently available at 12 to 1 with most firms. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. Now, I just wanted to take on a few at the top of the betting here. If Classical Dream obviously is on a going day, and with Willie Mullins doing well already at the Punchestown Festival, he could easily win this. But he is a bit of a nutcase. He might get an uncontested lead, but Gentlemansgame is a horse that likes to get on with things and doesn't like to be far off the pace. I think he's probably had this race in mind, Mouse Morris's trainer this season. If you look at him last time out, he won at Thurles. Okay, he might not have beaten a lot, but he did it very impressively. I know he's got it all to do on ratings, but he's still only a 6-year-old. And he could have a little bit more of a say and a little bit more to come. I just think the better ground is key to him. All his best form has come on good ground. So that's why I think he's been kept away a lot of the winter. And that's why we've not seen him. He ran a really good race in this race, or in the 3-mile novice race last year behind Galopin de Champs. So he clearly handles the track. The ground should be fine. And with a few at the top of the market, I don't really trust Cider Burley to back it up again. Paisley Park, I don't know about him. There's a couple of others in here as well that I just would put a line through. Whereas Gentlemansgame, he's unexposed. He could still have a little bit more to offer. The ground should be fine. He's run well at this festival before. A lot to like about him. Also as well with Rachel Blackmore, but for the ride. So yeah, Gentlemansgame it is for me. He's going to be my long shot of the day, and I'm hoping we can get a winner there. We then go to my nap, which runs in the 7:10, the mare's handicap chase, and I'm really sweet here on the chances of Hurricane Georgie for Rob James claiming 7. He's riding for Gordon Elliott here, currently available at 5 to 1. I know they're not everybody's favourite people in the world, but this horse, Hurricane Georgie, ran a blinder last time, I thought, in a listed race at Fairyhouse when she was just out battled by a horse that's rated a little bit higher than her. That is Dulcita of Willie Mullins. She'd been mixing it up in some decent mares chases this season. So I think it wasn't a bad effort at all by Hurricane Georgie. The key to her, like the other horses I put up, is the ground. She's going to love the conditions. All her best forms come on decent ground. She ran okay here behind Embittered in a Grade 3 that we previously mentioned earlier, where she beat Exit Pole that day when she finished, like I say, second in that Grade 2 or Grade 3, sorry. I just think, like I say, the key to her is the good ground. She likes going this way round. She's still unexposed. She's better than a lot of these. I just think in a handicap, £7 claim here with Rob James, who's already done quite well this season with Win My Wings. You know, he's more than capable. I think this looks like a good plan, and she should be stripper as well for her recent reappearance at Ferry House. That was coming after a break. So there's a lot to like about her tomorrow, and I'd be disappointed if she couldn't go close. And I think 5-1, I think that's a great price. I'd be even quite keen to back her if she was 3-1. So yeah, she's going to be my nap of the day. So they're the 3 tips then for tomorrow's racing. Let me know in the comments box below what you're going to be backing tomorrow. If you're still enjoying all these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoads15. If you want to follow me on the socials, you can do. My handle is at LuckyLoad15. Same goes for Insta as well if you want to follow me on there. And that's all I've got to say. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners for you tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.